Namaste friends, welcome to BioStudies. Now this video is the part 3 of the living world. In the previous video we have studied the general characters of living organisms. This video we will start with biodiversity and need for classification. Now what is this biodiversity? Now if you look around, we'll see a different kind of living organisms which are mainly represented by plants and animals, isn't it? Now if you closely look for the animals, we have so many different kind of animals, like some live on land, some lives inside the water, and even some can fly. And if you look for the plants, we have again different types. Some are herbs, some are shrubs, and some are trees. Apart from these plants and trees, we have a huge variety of microscopic organisms. Like if you visit a forest, you can see a huge variety of living organisms which differ in their size, which differ in their shape, which differ the way they live and the place they live, isn't it? So this each different kind of organism, we call it as a species. So what is species? Species is each kind of organism on earth, and this biodiversity, it refers to the variety of organisms on earth. So biodiversity is a variety of life on earth. What is this variety again? It is nothing but the species only. Each variety is one species. So that biodiversity is variety of organisms or variety of life on earth, and it is also referred as a species richness. Biodiversity also referred as a species richness. Okay, and Edward Wilson is called as father of biodiversity. Edward Wilson is an American biologist and he is 91 years old now. So Edward Wilson is called as a father of biodiversity, and biodiversity refers to the variety of organism. Now the total number of species known to man is about 1.7 to 1.8 million. That means so far we have discovered 1.7 to 1.8 million organisms on earth, and every year around 15,000 organisms are discovered and added to this total number. So you can imagine the species richness here. Okay, now what happens here is, if someone wants to study about a particular plant or animal or organism, to find the details about that organism, about this million number, it becomes very difficult. And one more problem is, like we'll give an example. Now there is a person, in his place he saw a peculiar type of animal for the first time. He is seeing it for the first time, and he called that animal as a cat. Just an example. Okay, now there is one more person with in different place, and he also saw a same kind of animal in his place, and he calling it as a billy. Okay, now again there is a one more person, say America. Okay, he also saw a same kind of animal in his place and thinking that, oh, this is the new organism discovered by me, and he is calling it by name Felis. Just example. Okay, so what is happening here? The same animal getting different names. It is like you are registering into college with a different name. Is it possible? No, it is not possible. Why? It creates a difficult among this total number of organisms, isn't it? Then what must be the solution? The solution is, there must be some precise way, there must be some set of principles based on which we have to categorize, we have to classify all the organisms. That is there any need for classification? Yes, there is a need for classification. Why? Because there is a huge species richness, and to make the study of those organisms very easily, we have to classify each and every organisms on earth. Okay, now next we'll study about that classification and what is that branch of biology we'll call. So this is about biodiversity and need for classification. So what we have studied, biodiversity refers to variety of life on earth, and Edward Wilson is called as a father of biodiversity. And since there is a huge species richness, there is a need for classification. Now next we'll take taxonomy and systematics. So what is taxonomy and systematics? Now we know that there are millions of organisms discovered on earth, and human being don't know, still he may discover many more. Okay, now generally it goes like this. When you see a new organism, when you find a new organism, first you have to look for its characters, okay, then you have to identify that organism, then you have to name that organism, and last one is you have to classify that organism into a specific category, and this branch we call it as a taxonomy. Taxonomy, it is the branch of biology which deals with characterization, identification, nomenclature, that is naming, and classification of the organisms. This we call it as a taxonomy. And the word taxonomy was coined by D. Candolle in 1813. And if you split the word taxonomy, okay, taxonomy, that means taxus and nomos. Okay, what does it mean? Taxus means arrangement, okay, and nomos means laws or principle. So taxonomy deals with arrangement of an organism based on certain laws, based on certain set of principles. That branch we call it as a taxonomy. And Carolus Linnaeus, he is called as father of taxonomy. His name is very famous in this lesson, Living Word, because he is a Swedish botanist, zoologist and a physician, and he has contributed a lot in classification of organisms. So Carolus Linnaeus is considered as father of taxonomy. Okay, now you may think, from when did this taxonomy started? And very interestingly, taxonomy started as early as man started searching for the animals for his food, shelter, and even for clothing. So old taxonomy, it was mainly based on the uses of the organisms. But today's taxonomy, that is the modern taxonomy, apart from looking for its uses, it also takes several characters into consideration. Like modern taxonomy also looks for external characters, that we call it as morphology, internal characters, that is physiology, then cell structure, that is cytology, then development, that is taxonomy also studies about the reproduction of that organism and how the embryo develops, that is embryology, and ecological relationship of that organism. So modern taxonomy, apart from uses, it also takes all these points into consideration, and this we call it as a taxonomy. Then what is systematics? Systematics is like, apart from considering all these points, man also started studying the evolutionary relationship of that organism during classification. The word systematics was coined by Carolus Linnaeus, where the word systema means arrangement again. Okay, so what is systematics? It is also a arrangement only. Carolus Linnaeus, he wrote a book with the name Systema Naturae. So Systema Naturae was a book written by Carolus Linnaeus. So what is this systematics? Systematics is also a classification of the organisms only, but apart from external, internal, cell development and ecology, systematics also looks for the evolutionary relationship of the organism. So actually taxonomy and systematics, these are the interchangeable words. Nowadays the scientists use the word systematics instead of taxonomy. Why? Because both deals with the same classification of the organisms only. Both do characterization, identification, nomenclature and classification. But systematics one step further, it also takes the evolutionary point, that is the ancestral history of that organism. Else both are the same, taxonomy and systematics. Okay. So in this video we have studied biodiversity, taxonomy and classification. Next video we will start with binomial nomenclature. Thank you for watching.